What's up, Aqua Lifers? Blake here. Today we're going to show you how to make your very own DIY floating or upside down aquarium. But before that, we're going to feed the arowana. Come here, little arowana. You know you want shrimp. Yes, you do. Ah! The things you'll need are some colored paint of your choosing, as long as it will adhere to glass or acrylic, some silicone 100% water safe, a bigger aquarium, and a smaller aquarium. Let's go do the first coat. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the backside of the main enclosure black, as well as the bottom. And then the floating aquarium is just getting one side painted black. That's all. Let's do it. Ideally, you want to give it an even coat, but I gave it an uneven coat just for texture purposes. Now we must let it dry. I'm just adding a second coat so no light breaks through the back of the main enclosure. And the floating enclosure. I don't know if you could tell, but it was raining outside, so I brought them inside to dry, and I put them in my bathtub. Now that they're dry, I had noticed that there is some overspray, and we're going to have to get rid of that. So let's go do that. To remove the overspray, I like to use this stuff called Krug Cutter, made by some company. Spray it on a paper towel, and just rub off the overspray. Literally, all you have to do is rub the paper towel against the overspray, and it will come off. Just be careful to get it off all of the clear parts of the aquarium. I like to use a chemical agent, just so I don't scratch the glass or the acrylic. Okay, so the objective is to get the floating tanks to sit below the water level so you can suck the water up into the aquarium. I'm going to grab a prop so I can step back and see what it looks like and make sure I want it in that spot. The prop so happens to be this little case, which later on we will find out did not work. The idea was to place the prop in there with the aquarium on top of it to hold it firmly against the siliconed area, as well as to keep it level, while the silicone dries on this back section. Now let's go buy some silicone. Now then, making sure your silicone is 100% water safe, you want to apply it to the edge of your aquarium. As you can see, I'm spreading a rather thick beam of silicone on this edge, making sure that I cover all the area the aquarium possibly could be. And now I'm going to spread it with my finger across the surface to ensure good bondage. Also, I am not sure how far the other aquarium goes over, so I want to make sure I get all areas where the aquarium could be. I know it's not all the way, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. With the silicone applied, I placed the prop into the larger aquarium. Now I'll take the smaller aquarium and place it inside. It would help if I lift the latch. Now I'm going to place it inside on the prop to hold it against the silicone nice and level. Just like this. Here I'm just taking a piece of paper towel to make sure the edge is dry before I apply more silicone. I'm going to apply a thin beam along the edge where the aquarium meets the other aquarium, making sure to get all connected points. And now I'm going to smooth it out with my finger. Earlier I had mentioned the silicone was going to be in more space than I needed it to be, so I'm just going to clear it off with a piece of paper towel and use my finger to pick the rest up just to seal the extra edges. No need to waste. You want to make sure you get the silicone into all corners just to ensure a good bond. Now that the silicone's applied and everything's in its place, I realized The prop will not be able to come out of the aquarium once dried, so I need to come up with a new plan. So what I did was place the charging block underneath the floating aquarium with a rock inside of the floating aquarium, putting pressure on the silicone. And this should do it. Let's wait. Well, it's instant for you. Now that we have the aquarium where it's going to be and the silicone is dried, all we have left to do is the Aquascape. And all we're going to do is we're going to put a sculpture rock in there and no substrate because we're going to breed this male beta. Please hit the subscribe button to follow up on that and the notification bell. Please excuse my logo, I needed to cover some branding. So what you're going to need is a piece of air hose or a straw that can easily get to the top of the floating aquarium. You insert it into the aquarium, and the trick is to get the air hose as high as you want the water level. Me, I want it almost at the top, but I'm going to leave a little bit of space for air just in case the beta needs a breath. I think I want the water level about there. Now that the hose is all the way up here at the top of the aquarium, all you have to do is suck the air through the air hose and or straw as you add some water, and that's the tricky part. But we need that air pocket just in case the beta wants some air, so we're going to give that a go right now. Notice the water level on the inside of the floating aquarium. Once the water level is where you would like it, you must cap the air hose and pull it out through the bottom. You cap the air hose so it doesn't let any air in, keeping the water level where it is. Now time to add my pothos clippings. Once these clippings root, it will add filtration to the water. And the heater. Adjust the lighting, and all that's left is to add the beta. As you can see, it looks a little different. It looks like I had moved the aquarium, but I just flipped the camera and I added an extra rock to hide the heater. Hopefully Bo2 likes it. In case you were curious, Bo2 is an opal veil-tail beta. Leave me a comment and tell me what kind of beta you have. He seems to be enjoying it. He's swimming around all over the place. Hopefully he goes up into the floating aquarium soon. There he goes. Check this out. Isn't it the coolest thing ever? The total cost for this aquarium was $30. I paid $4 for the heater, $15 for the light, $5 for the smaller enclosure, $6 for the larger enclosure, and I collected the rocks on my own on a nature walk. Gotta love social distancing. If you enjoyed this aquarium build, please hit that subscribe button and drop a like. Don't forget to hit the notification icon. Peace out, guys.